So in the third session, we're gonna discuss about the data types. Let me create one file. So, data type variables. Generally, variables can hold values, and every value has a data type. What it is? Variable. Variable stores the value or holds the value. Okay. And before going to it, today's topic is data types. So, what is stored? Variable stores the value, and every value has a data type. Every value has a data type, and uh, as I told you in previous sessions, Python is a dynamically typed language. Hence, we do not need to define the data type for the variable while you are declaring it. In Python, we do not need any kind of declaration while you are defining the type of the variable. So the interpreter implicitly binds the value with its type. What it does, the interpreters, what is the job of the interpreter? It implicitly binds the value along with the data type. What is job? And that will be taken care by the interpreter. For an example, a is equals to a is equals to 20. Here, a is the name of the variable and equals to is the assignment operator and 20 is the value of integer type. I'm not declaring here any what kind of a is type of a. I'm not declaring here, but automatically the interpreter will consider this as the integer data type and this a will be considered as the generally the variable a holds the integer value 10 and 20 and we do not define its type. Python interpreter will automatically interpret values variables a as an integer type, and Python enables us to check the type of the variable used in the program. Python provides the type function. We have a function to define this. What is that function? Type function. And type using type function, we can return the type of the variable which is passed in the script. Okay. Let me give you one example. Consider uh, we'll have one example with different values and different data types. Let's check with that. Let me create one file, Python file. So as I told you, a is equals to 20 and b is equal to some text for an example session, and c is equals to some any float value. Let's consider 20.5, sorry, 20.5. And so I want to know the type of data type. So I want to know the type of the data type of that particular variable which holds the value. For an example, for this we have to use the print method along with type method. Just now we have discussed it, right? Type method in the sense open close braces, and I want to know the type of a. What kind of? Let me before running, let me give you all the print type of b. Next, I want to print the last one, type of c. So it will, what it prints? It will prints the type of a, type of b, and type of 3. So generally, the expected output is type of a should be integer, type of b should be string, type of c should be float. Okay, let me run this. See here, it says what is the S type? It is an integer. What is B type? B type is a string value, and C type, the type of value which is stored in C is a float value. Using type function or type method, we can get the type of the variable. type of the variable which holds the value. Okay, and this is how you can retrieve the type of data type of a variable. Next thing, standard data type. Next we will discuss about standard data types. So what are the standard data types? There are five types of before going into it, a variable can hold different types of values. For an example, a person's name must be stored as a string, whereas its ID must be or his ID should be must be stored as an integer value. So a person's name should be stored in string, whereas his ID should be stored in a integer type. So Python provides various standard data types that define the store method on each of them. The data type defined in Python are basically five types. Let me walk through those five types. First one, numbers. For one, numbers. Second one, sequence types. The third one, boolean. The fourth one, set. And the fifth one is dictionaries. Sorry, dictionaries. Okay, these are the standard five data types. So among them, I'll give you one by one using some graphical oriented. Let me open MS Paint. Okay, so let us consider one. So I told you there are five types, and then again we got three more. There, as I told you, there are basically five types. Among them, in sequence type, we got three more, and in for numeric, three more. Okay, so okay, let me take this. Okay, second, guys. Somebody may, yeah, welcome, Prashant. Just now we have started. Please patch up with this. So next, so five types, as I told you, Prashant, we were discussing just the type of the data types. So here are the basically five types of data types in Python. And sorry. So among those five types, the numerical type have three more. One, this is the problem. Numerical, we got three more. And then in sequence also we got three more types of data types. Okay. So as I told you, data types. So in data types we got numeric, first one, numeric. Next one, dictionaries. Next one, boolean. And the next one, sets. And the last one, sequence type. So in numeric, we got three more types. First one, integer. Next, complex numbers. And the next one, float values. In sequence type, we got three more. Those are strings, list, and the last one, tuples. Very important, guys. Very, very important. The types of data types in Python. Very, very important, guys. Okay. So here, these three belongs to numeric and these three belongs to sequence. So you got the brief idea, right? Okay. So uh, first one, we'll go with one by one in numbers, or you can say numeric. Numbers are numeric. Number stores numerical values. The integer, float, and complex belongs to a Python number data types. Python provides, as I told you just now, type function to know the data type of the variable. Similarly, is instance function very similar to type, very similar to this type. We have in in sorry is instance. It is a method. This is also a method or a function which is used to check an object, to check an object belongs to a particular class. Object belongs to a particular class. So this will checks of an object to check whether the particular object belongs to that particular class or not. So let me show you this. What is an object and what is that particular class? See, just now I told you this numeric is the class and this integer is an object. Complex numbers object, float object, string object, list object, tuple object. These three objects belongs to this class. These three belongs to sequence class. Okay, let's check this once. Okay, so integer, complex numbers, floats belongs to the numeric class or number class, and strings, list, tuples belongs to sequence type of class. So let's see this with a practical example. Here, A is 20, B is belongs to sorry, A is belongs to integer, B belongs to string, and C belongs to float. So here I'll go with instance. So for an example, uh, print instance of C. Instance of his expected argument, and we got one. So we'll go with C comma complex. So it says false. So C is that a complex type? No, it's a float, right? For this, we'll go with see if I give float. Let's see the output. It says true, which means C is a float type. So what it tells you is object is a method, is instance is an object which will return say boolean value that is true or false by giving you if it will checks what kind of data type is that. C is a float type. So that's the reason you got the true value. Let's say A is a integer type, but I'm passing to check whether it is a float or not. It will return a false. See, false. return. So if I give a is an integer, see, so you cannot give integer totally. Int is more than enough. See, it says true. Yes, a is a integer type. What if I want to know the type of b? So b is an string type, but I'm passing it as integer. It will returns me what? False. See here, you got false. The return value is false. So if I give a string, if it is a str, then it will returns what? True. Yes, b is a string type. This is how we can know the type of object instance by using is instance function. Are we clear as of now? Guys, are we clear? Ah, yeah, fine. So one more time, I'll repeat this. Int integer value can be any length such as 10 to 29, negative 20 or minus 20, minus 150, anything. Okay. Python has no restriction on the length of the integer. Its value belongs to integer, whether it is a positive number or negative number, both belongs to integer family. Next, float is used to store the floating point numbers like 1.9 or 9.902, 15.2 or 10.2, 16.2 or 10.7, anything which will have a decimal value, and it is accurate up to 15 decimal points. Okay. Next, complex. A complex number contains an order pair of x plus y or y plus z, or here x and y denotes the real integer values, whereas complex values, for an example, I'll give you one example for complex values. Complex, for complex values example. Uh, it looks like something like x plus, sorry, x plus y I. For an example, here x is x comma y. Sorry, x is real value, y is a real value, real value, and I is the I is the complex number. Okay, complex number is, it can be anything, or it can be non-real value. That can be like x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2, but I can be some uh, z, or some, it can be a, b, c, anything, non-numerical value. Okay, that will be the combination is, no, this combination is called as complex value. Combination of real and unreal, non-real values is known as the complex values. Are we clear? Shall we jump into the next data type? So integer is done, complex numbers is done, float is done. Now we'll go with some next data type, sequence data type, that is string, list, tuples. Once we complete these 6, then we will discuss these 3. Okay, dictionaries, booleans, and sets. Okay, now we'll discuss about strings, list, and tuples. Okay, next, strings. So what is a string? The string can be defined as the sequence of characters. Sequence of characters. So when I said the string is a sequence of characters which is represented in the quotation marks, it should be denoted in quotation, in between, in between quotations. Whatever you give, that should be in between quotes. Either it can be single quote or double quote. We can use single, double, or triple quotes to define a string. We can go with single quotes or double quotes, or one second, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I am, Ashwata. Thanks for that. Or you can go with triple quotes. This is the example. See, single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. You can go with any. In between, you can declare. These are the uh, denotation quotation, single quotes, double quotes, triple quotes, where you can have your string in between these two quotes. There are three types of quotations. Next, string handling in Python is very straightforward task, since Python provides built-in functions and operators to perform operations in the string. In the case of string handling, the operator plus, the plus operator, this is known as the concatenation operator, is used to concatenate two strings as the operation. For an example, it is known as the concatenation operator. Okay. So here concatenation, how it works in the sense, for an example, I'll give you one example. Let's say session plus 3, session plus 3. So it will, how it will prints in the sense on the console. So on the console it will prints output screen. On the output screen you will get as session 3. This is how you will get if you use the concatenation operator. Okay. The star, there is a star operator, is known as the repetition operator as the Python star 2. Let's say we have uh, session star star 3, which means it will prints the output for 3 times, like Python, sorry, session, the output will be, the output look like session, session, session. This is how you will get the output on the console. Okay. For this, let me give you one example. Let me comment this. Here I'm using triple quotes. See this, guys. I'm using triple quotes, which means I'm commenting all the code. Now I'll go with, I'll take one variable name, any variable name. Here I'm going with some yes, and it will have, I'm using double quotes here to store my sorry guys, session with Hussein. This is a string which I want to store in yes variable, and I want to print that string. Let's see. See here, session with Hussein. That's what I got. I was supposed to print. Next, I'll go with, that's double quotes. I'll go with triple quotes. So if I give here session with Hussein, again session with Hussein. Let me run this. So it says there is no session with Hussein. Again here there is no. I was expecting this in next line, but it was not printing. For this, I'll go with something else. See here, second session 3. Now I'll go with triple quotes. Now I will go with the triple quotes. See what will happen. Session 3, session 3. So now I want to print this T also. Print T. See this, guys. This is the first one with double quotes. With double quotes. Here I have used triple quotes for this T variable. This T consists of a sequence of characters, that is a string, which this string is stored in T variable. I want to print the each and every line as it is how I have declared here. For this, you have to use the triple quotes. Here, triple quotes. Okay. If you want the three lines to be printed in a sequence, not in sequential way, by line, then you must go with triple quotes. If you want to be print those lines sequentially, you can use single quote or double quotes. Okay, are we clear? Any doubts, guys? Are we clear up to now? Okay, then we'll go with lists. The next will be uh, okay. Strings are done. Then we'll go with list. What is a list? So Python lists are similar to arrays. We have arrays in C, Java, C++. In the similar way, we have list in Python. The list can contain data of different types. List is a list is similar to array, and it can consist different types of data types. It can consist more than one data type. Okay. The items stored in the list are separated with comma operator. Items stored in the list are separated by comma operator. Okay. We use we use comma operator to separate the items in the list, and enclosed with very important, and enclosed with square braces. Okay, or you can say square brackets. We can use slice operator to access the data. If you want to access the data, this is how you can store. After storing, you have to access, right? Enclosed, let me enclosed in square braces. This is storing. The whole thing is storing. I want to access. For access, you must use slice operator. What is a slice operator? The slice operator is nothing but this one, the slice operator. The slice operator, which will be open close braces, single quotes, is the slice operator. This single quote, sorry, not single quote, colon. This colon is the slice operator, which is used to access the data in the list. If you want to access here, this is how you have stored the data. After storing, you have to retrieve, right? Or if you want to access, you can use the slice operator, that is colon, right? And the concatenation operator, plus, and repetition operator, star, works with the list in the same way as they work with strings. For this, let me give you one example. So I'm commenting all this. Okay. Here, let me create one list. As I told you, list is a similar array, and it can consist different types of data types, and items stored in the data type are separated by comma operator. For this, I have to take one variable, any variable. Uh, I'm taking list as the name of the variable. You can take anything, guys. List one. I'm taking this as list one. And as I told you, how can we uh, declare, and it will declared in between square braces, and we can have different data types. So for this, I'll have one integer, one float, one string. I'll go with some session. Session as the string. So here we got integer, float, and then a string. Even we can go with one character also. Let's say 3. So here some a is the character. Okay. So I want to check the what kind of list one is. I know list one is a list, but I want to know. I want to pre-check. I want to double check it. So we'll go with type method with list one. List one. So it is a list type and it belongs to list class. So as I told you, I want to print the list. I want to print the list. If you just print list one, it will print whatever the list you have here, it will printed as it is. Okay, but I want to access the variable items in the list using slice operator. Okay, I want to print. So before going into this list, let me take this list. So here, uh, let me share this. Before going to this, let me share you in the group. Okay, here I'll go with, oh, 1 second, 1 second, okay, 1 second, 1 second. So let me copy that list and paste it over here. And before going to it, uh, let me take that list. So what is that list? It consists of how many? 3, 4. Okay. So here I'll go with 1, and this is very simple. Next one is 1.08. So it will take this and 4. Let's say this is a list. Here I'll give you index values. What are the values? What are the values? 1, 1.0, 1, 1.0, and here, what was it? Session, and we got A here. Okay, these are the items or values in the list, and this is a list 1, right? Now, the how many values are in the list? 4 values. Values are 4 values. 4. And for accessing, you must know the indexing values. What is an index? So, index. Index. So, what is an index? So, here, how many elements? 4. But the index value always starts with 0. Always. Always it starts with 0. And here, this will be 0. And this is 1. Sorry. This is 1. This is 2. And the last index is 3. which means what is the length of the list? Length is 4. Length is 4, right? Length minus 1 is the index value of the list. 4 minus 1, 3. And here we got 3. 3 is the index, max index value of this list. So the and we have negative indexing also. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. So this is called negative indexing. Minus 1 is index minus 1. What is the value? List of minus 1, A. List of minus 2, session. List of minus 3, 1.0. List of minus 4, 1. In the same way, list of 3, A. List of 2. This is positive indexing. You can use this indexing method, or you can use positive indexing method. Most of the cases will go with positive indexing method. Okay. So list of 0, 1. List of 1, 1.0. List of 3, A. List of 2, session. This is called indexing. Okay. Are we clear till this? So using that, I want to access the values. Okay. First, you must know the list one, name of the list, and open close braces to access the values. I want to access 1.0, which means 1. So, which means 1 has 1 it got stored. So, you might be getting confused here. Uh, Here, let me take 10, 10.0. So, now it is very clear. So, list 1, 10.0 should be printed. See here. See this. So, this is positive indexing. List 1. I want to print session in negative indexing. Negative indexing. For that, you have to take list 1, open close braces, slice operator. Still, do not use the slice operator. Minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2, which means it will print session. See here. Okay. This is fine. What if I want to print this list 1 using slice operator? See, slice 1. What it will get print? See here. So it has printed 10 from 1. It will starts with 1. Here there is no, this is from 2. From 2. Here I'll go with 0 to 1. See this now. So it will not print 1. Before that it will print whatever you give till till I want to print 3, which means you will get the 0 to 2. 0 to 2. If you want to print 0 to 2, you must give 0 colon 3. See here, 0, 1, 2, but not 3. 0, 1, 2, not 3. You want to print till 10.0. For this, you must go with 0 colon. What is the index value of 10.0? 1. So for that, you must give 2, so that it will print till 1. See here, 10 comma 1.0. What if this is how you can access the values. And I'll give you one example for um, concatenation. Okay, list 1 concatenate list 1. So which means list 1 plus again list 1. See here, list 1 till this one, the list 1 again, same list repeating. So what if I want to give this for 5 times? So I cannot write list 1 again plus list 1. What if I want to write for 1,000 times? That cannot be possible, right? For this, we got multiple operator. So print list 1 multiply by 10 times. So I do not need to write list 1 plus list 1 plus list 1 plus 10 times. Just I'll use the star operator and I'll go with 10 times. So the list got printed for 10 times. See here. Even if I give this for 100 times, it will print my list for 100 times. See here. 100 times. The list got printed for 100 times. See this. Okay. Are we clear? Any doubts? You got any doubts, guys? Otherwise, we'll jump into tuples. A tuple. Tuple is very similar to list. It is very similar to. I think someone's mic is still open, guys. Can you please turn it off? Okay. A tuple is very similar to the list, as I told you. List is very likely to tuples and also contains the collection of items in the same way, but the only difference is it is supples. Sorry, one more very important thing, guys. Lists are mutable. Very important. Very important. Lists are mutable, which means the values can be changed at the time of runtime. Okay, and tuples are immutable, which means you cannot change. Can't change the values at the runtime. Okay, that's the major difference between list and tuples. Okay, lists are mutable, tuples are immutable, and these are very similar to, and this enclosed with not square braces but oval braces. Okay, and this will also uses comma operator to separate. Even if you access the variables, you'll go with the slice operator. Okay, and tuples are the read-only data structures. We cannot modify the size and the values which are in the tuple. Let me show you this with an example. Let me comment this. Now, let me take one tuple. I'm taking T as the tuple. So, items in the tuple 20, comma, anything 60.7, something else. session, session underscore 3. So, here 3, these are the 3 values I have stored in my tuple. I want to access my tuple. How you can access? Just print T. That's it, guys. If you print this, if you execute this statement, the list will be printed. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. And the thing is, here, if you want to print the tuple, you can access directly. You can print T using slice operator. I want to print. So very similar, guys. Just now I have shown you, right? For list, in the similar way, you can access that name of the tuple, that is tree, and using slice operator. While you are accessing, you must go with the square braces. But while you are storing tuple, you must use the parentheses, that is oval braces. So here I want to print this 60.7. For this, just you click, just you have to mention 1. See here, you will get 60.7. In the similar way, I want to print from 60 to and the second and third. For this, you should start with 1, and it should end at where 1 2, which means 3. See here. Okay, t colon colon t square basis. See here, you got both 1 and 3. This is how you can access. Okay, next thing. Next thing, next dictionaries, boolean, and sets. So I think that's it for today, guys. Uh, we'll discuss the rest of the things in the next session. Okay.